What's good, guys? Your boy, No Mercy, No Mercy 4K. Doing Mercy in the building, coming back at your other banger reaction video. Today we got a very special treat. We got another Where We Were reaction, man. It's about time, you feel me? We've checked out another Where We Were Larry Bird reaction, man. Larry Bird is an all-time legend. And today we're going to be checking out the day Larry Bird showed Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, who is the boss. We recently just saw the day Larry Bird showed Jordan, who is the boss. And this one we got the day Bird showed Jordan and Scottie Pippen, who is the boss. Shit. Sounds very interesting to me. Let's see what this time. If you enjoyed this video, enjoy my reaction, want me to react to more Larry Bird here immediately, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I post every single day, multiple videos a day just like this. If you guys want to see the next Larry Bird video, get 100 likes on this video and I'll post the next one immediately. 100 likes on this video and I'll post the next Larry Bird react, and I'll post that next Bird video for you guys here on the channel with the quickness. 100 likes and I got you guys. But let me know what you guys think about this episode, this video, my reaction to it. I hope you enjoy. And let's get it. What's good, bro? If you want to see full and uncut reactions earlier than when I post them on here on YouTube, consider checking out the Patreon. Link is in the description. Supporting on Patreon helps me keep making banger videos for you guys, bro. The day Larry Bird showed Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, who is the boss. Let's check it out.
Bird in the corner, double fake, jumper, it's good! Larry Bird!
It was 1989, and the Celtics were not the kings of the East, and Larry Bird wasn't the king of the NBA anymore.
You know, to his credit, he gets up and fights through it and goes out there and plays, but he is not a healthy person right now.
And the reason was simple, a double Achilles tendon surgery. Now, Bird had already proven
the injuries, bro. Man, I wish Bird never had all them injuries. He suffered so many, including the Achilles, his back problems.
The reason was simple, a double Achilles tendon surgery. Now, Bird had already proven everything.
Imagine how much more he would have done.
He was a 3-time champion, a 2-time finals MVP, and 9-time All-NBA first team.
He was already all-time great.
It may not be a real word, to describe, but it just say he was unbelievable in that series, and he was great.
But his injury had sidelined him for almost 12 months, and his status in the league was in jeopardy. The Celtics now had plenty of competition. More and more competitive teams were aspiring to become a dynasty. The golden era of the 1990s was beginning, and with it came superstars of all types who would deliver unrepeatable performances. And the East was now dominated by the Detroit Pistons, who the previous season had eliminated both Boston and Chicago in the playoffs.
Wow. Dang, really? The Pistons eliminated both Celtics and the Bulls?
Both Boston and Chicago in the playoffs. Behind them,
same
the
playoff season,
the Bulls with the legendary Michael Jordan and the great Scottie Pippen, who had been the last season's most improved player. The Bulls were looking to overtake every team in the league, but what they didn't expect was those that they thought were dead still had a lot to say. Since Larry Bird was injured in that game against the Miami Heat in November 1988, he had gone through a long recovery process. A process that lasted 12 months and sidelined the forward for the entire regular season. And when he finally returned to full health, Bird wasn't about to stop being Bird. The problem was that in only his second game back from injury, Larry had a really tough test. He had to play the Chicago Bulls at the United Center. And, well, the Celtics, logically, still relied on their star.
Wow, only his second game back from injury. He already got to go crazy and carry against the try-hard Bulls.
It's true that Robert Parrish was already... Well, the Celtics, logically, still relied on their star. It's true that Robert Parrish was already 35 years old. Kevin McHale, 31. Dennis Johnson, 34. And Larry Bird, 32. Their most important players were reaching the end of their careers. But management was confident that if they could recover the best version of Bird, they could still fight for everything. A situation kind of similar to what teams like the Lakers or the Warriors are going through today, who've been trying to get back to where they were a couple of seasons ago with a team that's going against the clock. But man, the Bulls were no longer that team Bird had managed to overcome with ease throughout.
Don't remind me about the Lakers right now, bro, please. Man, I'm watching the greatness of Bird right now, so I don't even got to think about the Lakers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Man, the Bulls were no longer that team Bird had managed to overcome with ease throughout his career. They had got Pippen.
That's a tough-ass move. Man did 360 mid-air, behind the back. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
longer that team Bird had managed to overcome with ease throughout his career. They had got Pippen with the 5th pick in the 1987 draft And although he didn't make much of an impact during his rookie year in 1989, he was coming off being the most improved player.
Sheesh.
And then there's Jordan. He was 1,000 light years away from the Jordan of 1986. He was an even better scorer. He was more of a leader, and every day he seemed more unstoppable. That's why when November 4th, 1989 arrived, the game between the Chicago Bulls and the Boston Celtics had a clear favorite. I mean, the Bulls had reached the conference finals the previous season, and the Celtics had fallen in the first round. Jordan was confident that this time he could finally beat Boston, even with Bird available. And
I mean, Bird, the Celtics had a tough season prior, but apparently Bird was out for like pretty much the whole season. So
reached the conference finals.
It makes sense why.
And the Celtics
it makes sense why
in the first round.
Why they struggled.
Jordan
It makes
was
sense.
confident that this time he could finally beat Boston, even with Bird available. And he was certainly starting to have that extraordinary talent around him as well. Oh, and by the way, this game wasn't just Bird versus Jordan. The Bulls had John Paxson playing, and the Celtics had Jim Paxson, who was his brother, both sons of Jim Paxson Sr., who played 2 seasons in the NBA during the 1950s. And I say this because one of them is going to be very important later. Trust me, you'll see. So
John
finally,
Paxson, right? I've heard it.
Throws the ball in the air, and a game started that.
Oh shit, my bad. I've definitely heard of John Paxson. I've never really heard of Jim Paxson before.
Trust me.
I've heard of John Paxson,
So finally, the referee throws the ball in the air, and a game started that would make one of the two teams lose their undefeated record. Both franchises came in with a record of 1-0 after all. Now, already in the first actions of the game, Bird shows his great vision, finding Jim Paxson while cutting from the top of the key. Now, if you usually watch the channel, you've already seen many times how Larry was able to make plays from the low post with ease.
That's a great pass, bro.
Many times how
that's an amazing pass. Good, like perfect pin accuracy. You had to put it right there so nobody else could get
Larry
it.
was able
Great
to
pass.
make plays from the low post
WIQ.
with ease. The Celtics knew they had a lot at stake, so they came out very aggressive on defense too. A clear example is this action in which John Bagley steals the ball from MJ and finds Bird, who finishes the play with an extremely tough high floater. Now, Boston was a team that season ranked well above average in offensive rating and slightly above average in defensive rating. But if they wanted to beat the Bulls at United, they knew they would have to tighten the screws. Another clear example of this is how Bird just jumped all over Jordan. He had to make sure he got 0 open looks. And throughout the game, you could just see the tension between the two stars who knew they had to go at it. As always, Bird was a menace from the low post. He just wanted Scottie Pippen, who was guarding him, to have nightmares that night. But his fadeaway from mid-range was Scottie Pippen, who was
He said he just wanted Pippen to have some nightmares this
guarding
night.
him to have nightmares that night. But his fadeaway from mid-range was always unstoppable.
Bro, Bird's shot is just too, bro. It's too unstoppable, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. At the arc that which he shoots it is so tough to one block it, and then once it's near the rim, if it's really like accurate, on point, once it's near the rim, it's most likely going in because of the arc in which he be shooting, bro.
Away from mid-range
He's shooting pretty
always unstoppable.
And soft. His shot is soft too. You know what I mean? Real hoopers know what I mean. Some people got a more hard, like, bro, direct line drive shot, bro. That's gonna either go in or is bouncing, going crazy out. He got a nice soft shot to him too.
Fadeaway from mid-range was always unstoppable. On this play, Bagley again found Larry wide open thanks to a nice Parrish screen and some lazy defense by Scottie, who gave him twice as much room as Bird needed to score from one of his hot spots. But of course, Pippen was no longer a rookie. The kid had become a man and had plenty of poise to go after Larry on the other end of the court. Just look how he fearlessly goes to the hoop to score the layup. And of course, Michael was also starting to get himself going too. In fact, the Bulls were leading away during the early stages of the game. Here's a perfect sign that age was starting to take its toll on the Celtics. Kevin McHale knocks down an elite fadeaway from the low post, but the Bulls come out in transition at light speed with their fresh legs, and Pippen gets a free dunk on the fast break. But again, Bird responds with a deep midi with shots like this one, where he practically is a step in front of the three-point line.
That's contested too, bro. That's a deep midi. Fully, like, that's
midi with shots like
in his face, man. In his mitt, bro. In your mitt.
This one, where he practically is a step
in your mitt, Scottie.
Line. The whole world.
That's in his mitt, bro.
This
in
is
his
a literal
mitt.
layup
No
for
cap.
Larry. And to cap off his spectacular first quarter, he scores another bucket from the low post. This time, attacking the rim instead of looking for the mid-range. And watch how Pippen, who is a great defender, just can't do anything at all. Now, despite Bird's 10 points in the first quarter, the Bulls were leading 27-31. In addition to Jordan and Pippen, the Celtics also had to keep an eye on other Bulls like Bill Cartwright and Horace Grant, who also came out to play that day. But Larry was already beginning to realize that it was going to be very difficult to beat Chicago on this day. The second quarter didn't have much of a story either. The Celtics managed to get
oh my God, that looked wet too. I ain't gonna lie. That looked like it was going in from.
Didn't have much of a story either.
Midi.
The Celtics managed to get 3 points back on the scoreboard to go to halftime, trailing by only 1 point, 49-48. And thanks in part to Larry, who with actions like this was able to score from very difficult positions. Look at this textbook hook shot. From the low post, Bird not only would hit you with a fadeaway, he would switch it up last second and finish with a hook shot.
That is so tough, bro.
Different, okay?
That was so tough.
With a hook shot.
That's a tough shot, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I could make this shot, but you know what I'm saying? It's hit or miss. I'm either gonna make it and it's gonna be nice, or I'm gonna miss it horribly. You feel me? And it's probably I'll probably make it 1 out of 4 times. You feel me? This is just nice. One out of 5 times.
He would switch it up last second and finish
it was contested.
With a hook shot. Bird was different, okay?
Tough.
And then also with open shots like this one from mid-range, in which Ed Pickney uses the confusion of the loose ball to find Bird in a good position. Honestly, the Celtics weren't that far behind. Yes, the Bulls at that time were a better team, but Boston had enough firepower to pull off the upset. Yeah, sure, in a 7-game series, it seemed like a long shot, but on any given night, the Celtics could beat anyone. And in only his second game back from injury, Bird had 15 points at halftime. And there was no better sign for Jimmy Rogers that things could turn out well.
He's cooking.
Bird started the second half the same way he ended the first with
15 points at halftime. Go crazy. 15 points at half is good. You know what I'm saying? Any point, especially back in the day when people or the league wasn't scoring as much. Nowadays, even nowadays, 15 points at half is good, great. But especially back then when the league was not scoring as much, putting up as many high numbers, because obviously the defense was more intense. But that is very impressive. You feel me?
Rogers that things could turn out
Chat,
well.
By the way, appreciate you watching. Please hit the like button if you are enjoying. 100 likes and I'll react to another Larry Bird video and post that immediately. Just want to let you guys know. Appreciate you for tuning in and sticking around until this point. But please hit the like button for the next Larry Bird video here immediately.
Half the same way he ended the first with a shot in transition from mid-range. But the talk given at halftime by Phil Jackson, who, by the way, was coaching his second game as head coach of his career, seemed to have given Chicago's players some wings. You know, with this bucket by Jordan, the Bulls took the biggest lead of the night, a 7-point difference. And boy, did that raise their spirits. Look at this full-court lob pass from Jordan to Pippen, showing the chemistry they were starting to have.
Hey, that was nice.
He threw this pass from his own three-point line. But of course, Bird would answer right after. He was like, you know what? Now you're going to see how we do things, young man. And he goes on to score in the exact same way, catching and finishing a full court out.
Yeah, he literally did it, and he literally finished at the exact same way on the other end, bro. That's to send a message. Whatever you can do, I've been doing, buddy. Whatever you kids been doing, I've been doing.
And he goes on to score in the exact same way, catching and finishing a full court outlet pass. Nevertheless, the Bulls managed to win the third quarter by 4 points and extend the deficit to 5. And with 12 minutes to play, the Celtics had to outscore the Bulls by 6 points playing away from home. So, to accomplish this impossible mission, Bird went to work. In this play, he doesn't even need to catch and shoot right away to score. He's able to create his own shot from mid-range after a pass from Bagley. By the way, the Celtics point guard finished the game with 1 point and 10 assists. And Bird was still at it, using Kevin McHale's screen to get open at the
point guard. 1 point, 10 assists. Okay, pure point. Okay, hey, pure point guard. That's the type of point guard. Yo, you're not even looking at the rim. Man got 1 free throw. That's it.
10.
He's not even looking at the rim. He's just trying to get people open.
Using Kevin McHale's screen to get open at the right wing, from where he scored once again. And the Celtics were starting to come out on top and managed to finally get ahead on the scoreboard. Now,
shot lethal,
remember the Paxson brothers? Well, John, the one that played for the Bulls, had a pretty good game. He had 11 points and 6 assists. But you know what his best play was? Well, look at this. The man scored the most pressured mid-range shot of the whole game to tie things up with only a few seconds left. An impossible shot that allowed the entire United Center to dream of victory yet again. But it was at this moment when
you know that shit was luck. Come on now. Hey man, no disrespect. I'm not sure how great he was in his career. I haven't really heard of him too much. But, hey, man. Let's be honest, bro. You know, even any dog can have his day, you feel me? Even in today's NBA, sometimes just a random player just goes off or even hits a game winner. Or you know what I'm saying? Just have an aberration game or aberration like moment game winner, you know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens.
The man scored the most pressured mid-range shot of the whole game to tie things up with only...
Yeah, and let's be honest, bro. Give him that shot 3 more times, he probably not hitting that. That exact same shot, he probably hitting that 1 out of every 3, 4, 5 times. Facts.
Only a few seconds left. An impossible shot that allowed the entire United Center to...
Hey, but he hit it. Respect. He hit it. Respect, though.
At this moment,
I'm not hating.
Larry Bird had them all wake up. He scores again a spectacular fadeaway.
Or was that Jim? Yeah, really.
When Larry Bird had them all wake up. He scores again a spectacular fadeaway from the low post against 2 players. Michael Jordan sprinting over to help, but a spectacular fadeaway from the low post against 2 players. Wake up. He scores again
that's a whole, bro. That's in his mitt, bro. Larry Bird just saying made that shit in both, bro. Definitely Michael Jordan in Jordan's mid face, bro. That's an insane facial, bro. Pause. This dude just violated.
Spectacular
I ain't gonna
fadeaway
lie. In your mid, Jordan came to double team. Even got the head start jump. This wasn't just a random standing jump. He came running at him. Got the head start,
from the
running jump. Try to block it. Bird still got the shot off and got the arc.
He scores again
over Jordan,
over
Jordan's arms
post against 2 players.
Over those.
Michael Jordan sprinting over to help, but it wasn't enough. Larry
over those
silenced the whole gym.
Okay,
that he was the same as he had always been.
Tuck your shit, go on you. I'm gonna go on you.
Jordan fully. He was the same as he had always been. After the Celtics defense
Big Bird in the building.
Let Jordan fully shoot the desperate shit.
Big Bird in the building.
He silenced the whole gym and showed
what a
that
shot.
He was the same as he had always been.
What
After
a shot,
the Celtics
bro.
Defense,
what a shot contested
Jim.
in his mid, contested crazy by Pippen. Jordan came running, started trying to block him, double team, still made that shit in their mid.
And showed that he was the same as he had always been. After the Celtics defense didn't even let Jordan fully shoot the desperate shot to try to win the game, it was over. Boston had outplayed Chicago. The desperate shot to try to win the game. It was over. Boston had outplayed Chicago. Shoot the desperate shot to try to win the game. It was over. Boston had outplayed.
It was over with. No foul there. GG's.
Played Chicago. Larry Bird had been
good defense.
Superior to Michael Jordan.
Good defense.
More than 300 days after injury, Bird returned to the courts. People and scouts were doubtful as his injury was very serious and the forward was already 31 years old. However, surgery had come a long way since that time, and Larry once again demonstrated his ability to survive when he returned. The Celtics won again in a matchup that they had always, from the beginning, dominated.
Yes,
but
sir.
The Celtics would get a reality check. In a playoffs in which the Celtics fell in the first round to Patrick Ewing's Knicks, Bird maintained stellar averages of 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. But his supporting cast was no longer the best in the league. It was no longer the most dominant. A new era of basketball was dawning, and the next generation was taking over the league. But
that's
still,
tough.
Bird knew something. He knew that this entire generation aspired to do what he already did. Even though he was still making history, Larry didn't have to prove anything more in the NBA. He was once the best player in the world. He was once the absolute...
He was already a legend. At this point, all injuries aside, all past, post injuries, he was already a legend. 3-time MVP, 3 times Finals MVP, or 3 times champion as well.
More in the NBA. He was once
already cemented as one of the greatest ever, all-time great.
Making history. Larry didn't have to prove anything more in the NBA.
He got nothing to prove.
He was once the best player in the world. He was once the absolute leader of his generation, and he won 3 NBA championships. And yes, he was entering the final years of his career, which were severely affected by injuries, but the bar he set was so high that his legend was already written. All right, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought.
Hey, man. W. Bird, bro. He definitely, was well established already as an all-time great. By the time he had all them injuries, this dude was too nice, too great, unstoppable in so many different ways, not just with his shot. But, man, Bird always shows, just always surprises me, bro. Bird always entertains me, man. no matter how many videos of him we see, he always stays entertaining me with the highlights, with the IQ, with the different ways that he wins or has won, and the different, just all the willpower he shows, bro. Through the injuries, through all the tough things he endured, he still fought. He still showed just willpower, and he never gave up. And I fuck with Bird heavy, bro. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my reaction. Though, if you want to see more reactions to Bird here immediately, want me to react to another one, and you enjoy this video, please hit the like button, subscribe. I post every single day here, multiple videos a day, just like this. But thank you for watching the video, especially till the end here. If you made it till the end, let me know by commenting. Weary word, bruh. Larry Bird is a legend. Larry Bird is one of the GOATs. Dude is great and one of my favorite players of all time. And this is a great video, bro. You know what I'm saying? Very entertaining. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you made it until the end, though, W Bird in the chat, weird word in the comments. See you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm up.
Shout out to my guy Mercy. Y'all already know I'm NMG for life. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel and check out his reactions.